Feeling like you're not enough is hard. When you look in the mirror, what do you see? I see a girl who hides behind her wounds. I see a girl who tries so hard to act tough. I see a girl who has a hard time letting people in because of past experiences. I've been told I'm not pretty enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not successful enough, I'm not black enough. The list goes on. Society throws out so many opinions about what we should do and how we should carry ourselves. It inevitably stifles our own inner voice. They say comparison is the thief of joy. And as much as it is not productive, I sometimes can't help but wonder how my life would be if I chose a different job, a different place to live. With past relationships, I wonder, if I settled, then what? I know I will never be enough for every single person in the world. And I'm not supposed to be. I am currently on my pursuit to feel self-fulfilled, to fill my own cup, to be enough for myself. And the waves of emotion are all part of the process. Healing isn't linear. I woke up today not wanting to wake up. I'm aware that May is Mental Health Awareness Month, which is why I'm feeling really compelled to share this video in particular. There truly are so many silent battles that each and every one of us goes through. Right now, I'm currently struggling with not feeling like I'm enough. Enough in my career, enough with friends, enough with relationships. Some of my fears are that I have gotten this far and now what? I'll be the first one to say I am my own biggest critic, and I fully believe that I put way too much pressure on myself. I just want every part of my life to feel happy and whole. And I also know that not every part of life is going to be amazing and 100% great all the time. But the journey has been hard. The journey's been extremely hard to feel comfortable in the day-to-day. And I'm struggling with navigating it. Today, this morning, as I'm filming this, I had my very first therapy session since being in New York. For the OGs who have been on my channel and you've known me for years, I did go to therapy back in 2019 for almost 3 years, which was a really great decision on my part because it really helped me develop into the woman I am today. I also want to mention that therapy is something that is a touch and go. It's not something that should be looked at as you graduate from therapy and you never do it again. I feel like when you hit roadblocks in your life, therapy is truly such a helpful tool. I definitely saw that in real time this morning when I spoke to the therapist. She seems like she's gonna be a really good fit for me, and I'm looking forward to doing it weekly, and now it's something that I can look forward to, especially in the times where I genuinely feel scared and I don't know what to do and I feel like I'm spiraling. And I'll be so honest, I've spiraled a good amount in the last few weeks. But I want to talk a little bit more about not feeling like you're enough, not feeling like you've done enough in your life. And obviously, social media plays a huge part in this. We know that we see people at a very young age achieving so many milestones, which is amazing and exciting for them. But obviously, social media exacerbates this theme of feeling like you have to be doing so much all the time. And that's really mentally exhausting. Social media has put me in really negative mental spaces unnecessarily. I wanted to talk about this specifically because social media is a very large part of my job, and I do love the creative aspect, and I love that I have been able to connect with so many people around the world, and I would never change that for anything. But I'm learning that I do have to take mental and physical breaks very regularly to feel sane, to be able to navigate day-to-day life. I know that sounds dramatic, but it is true when they say your mental diet impacts you. It's not just what you physically consume, it's what you mentally consume as well. Social media can be great, but it can also be a detriment. I'm learning to take steps back where I can to be able to show up how I want to show up, as authentically and genuinely as possible. I think I'm just living in this very interesting time of my life where I'm living out the last few months of my 20s. It's a bittersweet feeling, and I'm trying to understand how I feel about it all. I don't want to compare my journey to the person next to me because we will inherently never live the same life. I want to start being more aware of how I am moving through the world and how I am exacerbating my own issues. I just want to love deeply. I just want to be heard, and ultimately I want to be understood. But that's another thing. There are people who will commit to misunderstanding you. There are people who will inherently not like you and inherently choose to misinterpret you. And for me, that's hard because I always want to put my best self out there, but how people perceive me is also ultimately not up to me. And learning to be okay with that has been a process. I also wanted to talk about learning how to accept myself as I am. I think a lot of people can relate to that. We navigate through the world feeling like we don't fit in, feeling like we are not aligned with other people, whether it is physically, emotionally, mentally, what have you. I've spent so many years feeling lost, feeling an identity crisis, feeling like the world wants to put me in one box when I fit in multiple boxes, and struggling to love myself as is. It's taken 29 years, but I am fully ready to accept myself as I am in my most natural state and realize that there is beauty within me. I don't have to manipulate myself to serve a purpose that is outside of my core beliefs. I can show up as I am to my core, and that is perfectly enough. I have the privilege to be me. I say all of this with love. I say all of this with the utmost empathy. You deserve to be here. You deserve to take up space. Your voice deserves to be heard. So whenever you're feeling down, I hope you remember this video. I hope you remember someone's in your corner. I hope you remember that you have a purpose, and your mental health is so important because we all navigate this world, and a lot of us put our mental health at the very bottom of our list of priorities. Being vulnerable is not a weakness, it is a superpower. It takes courage, and you're better for it. I say this while I am still in a place of hurting. I'm still in a place of finding my place here in the city. I'm still in a place of reaching for every dream. There's so many times I want to give up, let me tell you, but I'm choosing to keep on going because I truly believe that there are better days ahead. As always, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being here with me. This community I adore so much. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next one.